Yet another miscarriage of justice. In what seems to become almost a daily occurrence around the globe, judicial prudence is upside down. From the conviction and imprisonment of a German woman for hurting the feelings of rapist who gang raped a minor German girl and got no jail time for the horrific offense, to the criminal convictions of Donald John Trump for a non-existent criminal act. This is yet another one. An actual criminal act goes unpunished. 46-year-old EFF Secretary General Marshall Dlamini has been sentenced in the Cape Town Regional Court to 18 months in prison for assaulting policeman Johan Karstens in Parliament back in 2019. But don't get excited. His sentence has been suspended for 5 years. Dlamini was also sentenced to a fine of 6,000 Rand or 3 months in prison for malicious damage to property. 6,000 Rand. That's $315. Seriously? Will he serve the 90 days in jail? Of course not. He'll pay the 6,000 Rand fine. What a joke. In an astonishing display of judicial leniency, Magistrate Nasha Banwari, in pre-sentencing remarks about why she had not sentenced a custodial sentence, proclaimed, "I'm prepared to accept that, indeed, a lesson had been learned." Well, I, for one, am not. This is the same organization that bum-rushed the stage during a State of the Nation address endangering safety, illegally marched on Pretoria during lockdown, fired live ammunition into the air, sings songs about murdering minorities, acts like fools in Parliament, and whose leader physically assaulted a senior police officer and got away with it. That was at Winnie Mandela's funeral. Now, quite the contrary, Dlamini has likely learned nothing from this judgment. Rather, he probably believes that he and his party can commit crimes with impunity, which I think is the message that the court intends to send. The prison jumpsuit-clad Dlamini has been a fixture in Parliament since April 2015 and the Secretary General of the angry wing of the African National Congress, also known as the Economic Freedom Fighters, since December 2019. Now, Dlamini was charged with assault with intent to do grievous bodily harm, as well as damage to property following an incident after the 2019 State of the Nation address. Grievous bodily harm. Now, Magistrate Banwari convicted him of assaulting Karstens and breaking his glasses during the incident in the lobby of the National Assembly on February 7, 2019. For their part, the Economic Freedom Fighters claimed that the incident was an act of necessary self-defense as they had received information about a possible assassination attempt on their leader, Julius Malema. Well, I'll remember that if I'm ever accused of a crime. Well, I was fearing for my life. There was an assassination attempt on me. Why do courts, judges, the media, so fear the Economic Freedom Fighters? How is it rabble who advocate for land theft, nationalization of mines, and sing hate songs get such a wide berth when in actuality they deserve more scrutiny, not free passes for misconduct? Now contrast this miscarriage of justice with the case of Vicky Momberg, a woman who was nearly carjacked and was in shock when 2 police officers showed up, one of whom was black, as the assailants had been. She inappropriately and rudely called him vile names. She was imprisoned as a felon for hurting someone's feelings and fined massively. Dlamini physically assaults a law enforcement official in Parliament, and he gets to wait 5 years before the courts give him a slap on the wrist. Justice is supposed to deter criminals. Asinine judgments like this one only encourage them. Justice is supposed to be blind, but clearly justice is not blind. Justice is being perverted for the wealthy, the privileged, the connected, leftist around the world. And that is not good for anyone. Well, once again, folks, what a joke this is. What a joke this is. No jurisprudence whatsoever. Man physically assaults a police officer, breaks his glasses, harms him, leaves marks on his face, and 5 years later gets a slap on the wrist, a suspended sentence, will serve no jail time for physically assaulting someone. Wow. What's the world come to? It's time for the judges, the courts, the media to start looking more closely at the Economic Freedom Fighters, or for the public to find out why this group of rabble-rousers is so protected. A party that has virtually no support nationally has dropped below 10%. Why do they get such kid glove treatment? Who's behind it? Shame on them. Hey folks, if you're not a subscriber, why don't you become one? Hit that subscription button right below the video. And feel free to leave a comment behind. If it's hateful, racist comment, foot sec. It has no purpose here. Take care of yourselves and be safe out there.